Yeah, everybody always joins muted. So, Jonathan, thanks for joining me for this awesome end of the year data science happy hour. It's been a long time coming. It's like
Yes, I've been
the
avoiding it
ultimate,
for a year.
the ultimate duck. He's like, nope. See you, man. World traveler, making videos, doing the cool stuff. I guess before I really get into it, I kind of want to know what the changes are in the website because I noticed some, but like
Right now, what happened right now this week on the website?
Today. There's a
Today.
change today.
Yes. No, I spent this week just tearing through the website. There's more changes coming. Profile pages getting some big changes too.
Nice.
So changes this week. They just pushed this because now we added all the new columns for daily, 3-month, and the year earnings. So the leaderboard was getting pretty jammed. So we needed to clear up some space. So we got rid of some stuff like your rank changing and sliding your badges in under your name. Yeah.
Nice.
And now the profile pictures are bigger as a result, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah,
I think it adds some character.
I was wondering because something changed. Also, is the font bigger for our username?
That's it.
Seems like it's coming out at me a little more, and so it's much more
I made
visible.
It brighter and bigger.
I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Cool. So everybody likes what you do. So I think this is actually a really good segue to kind of get to know you a bit. So you know what? And I kind of hosed you a little bit, Jonathan. I'm pretty sure I didn't send you the questions in advance. So we're doing it live. He doesn't get to prep. We also can't really ask him all the same questions because it's like not really fair. But I'm going to do it anyway. So let's really have some fun.
Okay.
Here. All right. These are the get to know you questions. Jonathan Sidego, where do you live?
I live in the Mission District in San Francisco, but I've been doing lockdown in Cape Town, South Africa, which is where I'm from.
Nice. How far away from Rudy are you, and have you guys met for beers yet?
No, Rudy. Where do you live? What's your address? Say it in the
I'm in Durbanville, so it's about 30 km outside of Cape Town.
Okay, cool.
This needs to happen.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
This needs to happen before the year ends, I think. So I want to make that a thing. We need some pictures of this happening. Some beers need to be had. I think that's necessary. Jonathan, what is like what do you do for a living? I guess that's the real question, but you do a lot of things, so that's why this is going to be a complicated question.
Yeah, it is. My official title is Chief of Imagineering at Numerai.
Love it.
So it's half creative stuff, half technical stuff. Like this week, for instance, I was doing a lot of coding, front-end stuff with Harsh and Anson. But then other times, like a couple of weeks ago with Signal's launch, I made the video and I've worked on all the videos we've made because that's actually what I studied. I went to film school. That was my job before Numerai, was making commercials.
Making commercials?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
I want to know more, but keep going on what you do for a living.
Yeah, so it's everything that's not hard technical and just everything that's creative. So mostly all the creative user-facing stuff is just me and Harsh making things, graphics, design, branding, creative director type of stuff, finding artists to help with some of the designs like erasure and a lot of the graphics and things. Yeah.
Sweet. So this is like kind of an origin story type of question. What compelled you to do what you do? How did you evolve into where you are now?
I was doing origin. So because Richard and I in high school, because Richard and I know each other from high school, and we used to make websites and do kind of things together, like Numerai. I mean, not like Numerai, but little apps and websites and things together.
Sweet.
So it's kind of always been something that I've enjoyed, is sort of the tech universe and making apps and websites. But then, so I went to University of Cape Town. I was doing a physics degree, dropped out after 2 years.
Oh, I did not expect you to say that. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't gel with the creativity stuff. Like,
I mean, that is why I dropped out. It wasn't my vibe. I thought I'd be building time machines and teleportation devices, but it was just
Nice.
differential equations until 2 a.m. every day of my life, and I hated it.
Yeah, me too.
So then I told my parents I'm going to film school. My parents both cried.
I bet.
But it was the best decision I made in my life. Did that for 4 years. And then I went into the film industry in Cape Town, making commercials, helping other people on commercials, and then eventually starting to make my own. And it was sort of 2 or 3 years before joining Numerai. I was working with Natasha, and we were making videos for startups in San Francisco and Cape Town. And then Richard said, hey, you should do one for Numerai. We made Numerai's first video. And then Richard was like, hey, you should come do this full time. And I was like, hell yeah, dog.
And that was the best decision you've ever made.
That was the best decision of my life.
We're keeping you around, by the way. So we'll keep submitting good models as long as Jonathan Sidego's around. It's like a condition of submission, by the way. So Jonathan, you're a very interesting person. I've had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Not many have. And you're really chill and like, just that's the best way I could put it. Jonathan's just a really chill dude. Like, he calms you down. I just have that vibe from you. But what do you do for fun? How do you maintain that chill vibe?
What do I do for fun? Lockdown, I've been doing a lot of guitar.
Nice.
I'm trying to learn to shred 6 solos, and watching 2 hours of The Sopranos a day minimum the last 2 months. I was glad you were talking about HBO shows to Rocky Zoo a couple of weeks ago. I was feeling that. I need to start doing The Wire soon too, I think.
Oh, The Wire's very highly recommended. Very, very highly recommended. I haven't watched The Sopranos, and I don't have a good reason why. I know it's a fantastic show. So I guess that'll have to wait for the next lockdown.
But what else do I do? I think that's it. I think my superpower is that I was like alt-tabbing to many different things. I don't get worked up into one thing. I'm kind of spend one day drawing, next day playing guitar. So
you don't like hyper focus on a thing and let it take over. Is that what you mean? Yeah. I can't relate. I can't relate. On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you, my friend?
I hate this question because who the hell says 10? What kind of a scumbag says I'm so quirky?
A bohemian.
I'm a 10.
A bohemian.
But
honestly, I think if I asked Richard that question, he'd say he's a 10.
You think so? Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm not weird. I feel like I'm a 2 to 3.
And NJ just shook her head. No, she has a major tell. You should play poker with her. You can take all her money. You think you're a 2. So you are vanilla.
I'm vanilla. You can take me home to meet your mother. And I won't swear. I'll just be a nice guy in front of her.
That's that chill vibe coming out. Okay. All right. Jonathan, what are you not very good at?
I saw this question. I think something I saw recently that gave me a giggle is I was cleaning up my house here, looking through old papers, and I found an old school report from when I was 7 years old. And the negative feedback from the teacher was that I don't contribute to class discussions and I work very slowly. I think that hasn't changed.
Don't contribute to class discussions. Okay. I
think by nature, I don't talk. I'm more of an observer, I think, which frustrates people sometimes. And I also work slowly. Maybe I think both come from the same root. Maybe it's like a fear of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing.
But do you think that you work slowly or you work methodically?
No, not methodically. Slowly.
NJ's like, yeah. So here's what you should do. Let me just kind of help people how to watch this. Listen to Jonathan, but watch NJ because you'll get the truth. It's immediate truth. So that's my recommendation. Probably the best way to do this. But for me, Jonathan is right in front of my camera, so I can't see him anyway. So that's how I'm able to catch NJ's tells. And thanks for that, NJ. It's pretty dope. So you think you work slow and you're a little introverted. I don't think that's like not being good at things though. Like Have you played American football? Can you catch the ball?
No, I'm not a physical person at all.
See
I'm bad at
that would be something you're not very good at.
Okay.
Okay. So what
else
else
am I
are you
not good
not
at?
like? I'm not very good at like cooking pastries. Like I'm not gonna do cakes and things because it's gonna be bad. But like I can grill meat. So how about you? Like what other things are you not very good at?
Like real practical things that I'm not good at
Yeah.
is
I gotcha.
I don't know how deep, because now I'm thinking as this guy, my therapist, how real and deep should I get? Am I bad at communicating, connecting with people, or
tell the
like,
world?
I don't know. But I'm not a physical person at all.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
a sports
sports.
person.
Yeah. That's
Sports
something you're
is a
not
great
very good
example.
at. So if you went to play
coward.
golf with me, you'd probably be as good as I am.
I mean, is golf a physical sport?
Yeah.
Let's just get real.
It's a swing sport, you know, or like ultimate frisbee. I'd probably not be very good at that either.
Okay, I like both those sports. If I had to play a sport, it would be frisbee or golf. Seems like on par with.
See, that's Overwatch. A golf word. On par. Par is average.
Oh,
see, some people talk about golf and they don't even realize it. Jonathan, this is one I'm really hoping that I get something good out of this one. If you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
I feel billboards. I feel when you want to say something to the world, the best way isn't to be prescriptive too much and to approach it a little bit obliquely. And my biggest, I mean, this sounds like a joke, but it's something I've been thinking about a lot recently, is that I think people who suffer from male pattern baldness, right, should be told on a billboard that they should shave their hair off. They should face the fear and shave it off. My biggest, I go through life, I look at someone with a little bit of hair on top, they're denying it, they need to lean into it and shave it off. Especially now, I think everyone could do with the extra vitamin D, shave it off, get some sun on that head.
This is amazing.
That's my big advice.
Exactly what I was expecting. No, seriously, that's amazing. But now we have to distill it to a billboard. So I get what you want to get across, but how are we imaging or?
I think it's a picture of a guy with thinning hair that he's hiding, and then a picture of him, his future potential self next to him, shaved head, healthy tan, and it says, "This could be you. Stop hiding. Stop running. Lean into the baldness."
Lean into the baldness. Oh man,
I think we come from a toxic society where it's like it's not accepted to shave your head, and I see a lot of my friends wearing caps the whole time, avoiding top-down lights. Step out of the closet, my friend.
It's true. You know what else is also the third rail? Apparently, is growing your hair out.
Like, I mean, how you do?
I get a lot of hate with the long hair. They're like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, how dare you judge my hair?"
I like it. I was talking to Anson about your hair yesterday. We were making changes to profile pages. I was on your profile, and you look so. It's like a LinkedIn profile. It's so neat. But now your current look with the hair is kind of rock and roll.
Not only that,
maybe it's time to update your profile picture.
I know it is. It's actually a year and a month old. So that photo is from November of 2019. So it's pre-shutdown. I have not had a haircut since February of 2020. So
oh my God.
I'm almost at a full year, but I'm able to put like this nasty mullet looking stuff. I'm able to put it into a second hair tie that connects to the first. And that actually looks really good. But the problem is with two of them, if you like bend down and stuff, like your hair flexes and it pulls it out and it gets all loose. So I'm waiting to get it into one tie. And at that time, I'll decide, should it stay or should it go? So the over under
two at the back.
Yeah,
and then you connect them so it makes a loop.
Well, no, I kind of like there's like let me see if I can show it. It's hard to think in a mirror, but like which way does it go? Okay, so I have all this long hair on top. It's long enough to go like halfway down my skull. So if I bunch the other hair up to it, I collect some of this and all of this into the second knot, and it kind of gets it all like funneled into a quasi
I
good
got
looking
you.
thing. It just doesn't stay that way. And so, yeah. But it's like that awkward phase. And so, like I said, you know, the whole thing about like, you should just shave it. People are like, you should get a haircut. Well, that's like none of your business. And so it's like, unless you live in my house with me, you have no right to tell me what to do. Because, you know,
What
Sarah
does your girlfriend
definitely,
say?
oh, she at first didn't like it. Then she loved it. Now she's like, you know, I was like, give it a little more time. We're almost at a year. Like, I'm about that long-term commitment, like using compute and keeping your models unchanged for a long time. It's like, just let the hair grow. Like, just be patient. So
Yeah.
yeah, I even tied in Numerai a little bit there. I had to. I had
No,
to.
I like
I
it.
had to. Anyway, I digress. It will be a year in February, and we'll see what happens. I could go back to what I had before, but I don't know. And maybe my models are doing really well because I haven't cut my hair. Right. So if I cut my hair and the burn starts, it's going to be
Who knows
problematic.
what data we're putting into stuff? Maybe we're taking the video footage from this and modeling that. I don't know. Exactly.
It could be because it's highly correlated.
Yeah.
I've not burned in 20 something weeks, except, well, I touched the stove this week, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
What do you mean, literally? Or is that
well, no, like I'm burning like
slang?
a SOB
Numerai
here.
slang, you touch the stove. Okay.
I touched the stove because I went 2x MMC, and Wiggle Muse and I were talking about this a day or two ago, and we're like, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to do 2x MMC, and we're going to be burned savagely. And that's exactly what's happening with 242. It's like that meme where you're riding the bike, right? And then it's like 2x MMC is the stick. And then the next frame, he sticks the stick into the wheel spoke and he falls, right? That's exactly what happened, but it's only one day. And so we'll wait. We'll wait a little bit. I'm going to move the questions forward because like I'm doing a bad job of maintaining time. But Jonathan, do you have any models in the tournament? And have you built any models in the tournament?
Yeah. I have some test models that I use to test things just for design stuff. But I mean, I barely know how to use Excel. I'm bad with computers. What am I going to Python?
But you're a front end dev. I'm a
front end dev. I use front page to make the Numerai website. I barely know how to code.
Okay. I need a second.
Jonathan's much better than he gives himself credit for.
Yeah, I was thinking like, do I out him or not? I'm not going to. I'm going to let that just live on the internet for posterity. So you technically are like the OG of OGs with Numerai, right? Because
I've been around a while.
You've been around. You and NJ, I presume, are the like longest term employees. So when I talk about how did you find out about Numerai, there is this origin story that exists about that. How did you come to find out? I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let you tell the story. How did you find out about Numerai? Where were you? What happened?
What was I doing? Okay, I mean, I just remember because me and Richard were housemates in maybe 2015. And early, I feel he just was excited one day. He said, Jonathan, meet me at this cafe. And then I went to this cafe because he was working in the hedge fund biz. And he came to me and said, Jonathan, I've got an idea. We can make a machine do this. We can make the machines do this. And I said, what are you talking about? And he pitched me Numerai. It was pre-Numerai being birthed. And then I got pumped on it. And so pre-Numerai being a thing, we were kind of kicking around, working on brand, name, vibes. And then Richard went to America to start the company. In fact,
pretty sure I've seen a video about him leaving or announcing his departure. Did you have anything to do with that?
Who made that, Natasha? When was that?
That was a joke video that Richard and I made where I pretended to cry because he's leaving South Africa to start a hedge fund. It's a very dramatic little video at 222.
So you didn't have anything to do with that.
Play it.
No. Hey, I don't know where that video is right now.
It's on Facebook, but I can find it.
Okay, put it on the rocket chat.
Maybe.
Make a little GIF version.
Yeah, somehow we need to meme that. I think it needs to be like a. We'll see.
Because didn't
I don't
have an
know.
American flag draped around his shoulders
Yeah, he had
at
a
that time?
scarf, the one that he would always wear for 4th of July, and then he like throws it across his shoulder and like as if he's like headed off. And it was the day that he was taking the flight, so the bag was actually packed.
Nice.
Okay.
So you were there at the formation, so you didn't just find out about Numerai, you shaped it. So that's pretty dope. This you can answer this how you like. What do you wish you had known when you started out?
Whew, okay, deep question.
It doesn't. It
I
can
never
be
know how
whatever
to
you
go
want
deep
to.
with this stuff. Okay.
You don't have.
I mean,
you
I
don't
feel
have
like,
to.
I mean, this sounds cringe, but I feel the fun was not knowing and learning along the way. Ugh, what is this, a Hallmark card? But
I don't care. It's
it's
what
like,
you want it to be, my friend.
I think that was the funnest thing, joining Numerai and seeing. I think that's why people like startup, people with a little bit of, they enjoy risk and drama and uncertainty. And I think that's what made it attractive and fun to do. So
Scrappy startup.
Yeah.
Bold idea, small team. It's pretty awesome. I think it's why a lot of us stick around so much. I think so. So basically, what you wish you had known was how much fun you were going to have. Yeah. Like, hey, Jonathan, this is future Jonathan here. Have the time of your life. Do the thing.
Exactly. Feel no fear.
Feel no fear
and do it anyway. Yes.
When in doubt, do it anyway. I like it. I like it. I'm not even sure this question's relevant. I'm gonna ask it anyway. What do you think is the #1 reason people quit the tournament?
Suppose they quit at different stages, and it's something that Anson and I have been riffing on recently, trying to figure out why people are leaving, what can we do to make them happier. I think initially it's just there's the whole understanding crypto, I think, is what annoys some people, pushes them away.
Certainly some people, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I could get behind maybe the feedback loop, the game cycle being so slow and long. I'm so impressed at everyone who has stayed, and it's like they've played for months, because it takes so long to get a good track record and get feedback on how things are going. So I can understand. I think I'd struggle with something that needs that kind of dedication. So I'm impressed with all the people who do stick around. Yeah, patience, I suppose. Maybe some people lack it.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. I think there's a bit of a global feel where people want that instant feedback, and it does not exist in this form. It just can't. I don't see how you could make any better feedback than the daily scores. It's like the best drug that y'all offer us at this point.
And then I think the reverse is also, I mean, because people have stuck around so long and put time and work into it, it's like it's harder to leave then, or you don't want to leave because you've built a thing.
Sunk cost, yes, sunk cost.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah. That's Michael Oliver's greatest gift to me, which also is the seed of destruction in my brain, because it's like every once in a while I'll be like, yeah, I don't really want to do my dissertation. Like, I just don't want to do it. And I know every person that's done a PhD goes through this. So I know I'm not alone, and I'm going to do the thing. But Michael Oliver pops up. It's like, boop. Hey, John, don't forget the sunk cost fallacy. I was like, oh no. And then my mom and Sarah pop up and like, John, just finish it. You came so far. And so that's like what happens in my head. I know.
Okay, but I think the sunk cost fallacy can work in your favor. I mean, in that instance, it's like the sunk cost fallacy can be used to push you over the line. You kind of want that fallacy in your head.
I don't know, man. It's a fallacy. That's usually not how it works, but that's okay. I'll give it to you there. That's fine. What do you think the top 3 tips are for the tournament? Like, what are the top 3 things for you?
Number 1 is joining the community and chatting to arbitrage. Step 2, and this is an important one, I see a lot of people failing, a lot of people messing this one up, is getting a profile picture. I'm gonna quickly look at the leaderboard right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm shook when I see some staked users without profile pictures. I think it makes you part of the community. You're having a good time and you got a profile picture. TB, he's got a profile picture now. He didn't have one yesterday. I like he's got a red pill.
Yeah, it's the
Lack
red
of
pill.
correlation. Lack of profile picture. Why doesn't he have a profile picture? He's on the leaderboard. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a turning point with that when John Scaife says, use your name. Don't be anonymous. Brag about it. Say who you are. You're held.
Yes.
You're held accountable too, and you can use it. Like, hey, I am this person. And I really am good. Or, on the converse, yeah, I'm really this person. I'm trying.
Yeah. So I think,
both ways.
tying your reputation, your name to it a little bit will get you more into it. I think, I like some
so
people who are putting their LinkedIns, putting their real faces, leaning into it a little bit. I think you're going to have a good time doing that too.
But that was 2 though, right? So what's the third one?
That was number 2. Third tip is how to do better at the Numerai tournament. Joining the community. I said that one. Okay.
Well, you
okay.
just said talk to me. That's not
Talk to
technically
you.
joining the community. So I would take be active in the community as a third one. So ingest the content and then give. So those are 2 things.
Yes.
So how about that?
Give and take. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
Try
just
to
come
keep
in
it
and take
balanced.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's important. I do encourage that when I talk to people, like post your code. A lot of people are scared to post their code, right? But and I'm one of them. I still don't like to share code with everybody because it's like y'all are going to tear me apart or something. But that's not true. That has never happened. We have never shredded somebody for their code. It has only ever been constructive and helpful. I just want to put that out there in the public domain. So
Okay.
yeah,
I mean, something we've been thinking about and something we joke about is open sourcing the front end. So that users can just make pull requests, features, and they can take a part in it, I think. But I always push back on the idea. So half of me wants to do it, but I feel a lot of shame about my for loops and stuff. So
hey man,
I like.
I don't share my actual my production code. The stuff that I put out there, I have cleaned up and commented and all that stuff. My real code is not pretty. There's so many things just commented out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. What is your number 1 feature request or improvement that you want to implement? Not what's on the board, not what's already in progress. What I'm future thinking here. What is your number 1 feature request or improvement that Jonathan Sidego wants to see?
It's something I pitch to the team once a year and I get shut down viciously. It's like every year I'll spend a weekend and I'll recode the entire front end in PHP and just make it a server-side rendered Christian vanilla website. No React, no Vue, none of this modern JavaScript bullshit. And just be a website that loads in 20 milliseconds. Because I think a lot of people get caught up in this hacker news, got to grab a lot of fun tools, React, and now it's like our homepage. I mean, I'm sorry I'm hating on our own homepage now, but it's like over 10 megabytes, I think, loading the leaderboard.
Really? I had no idea.
I think so. Actually, yesterday we ran a script to compress everyone's profile pictures. So it's brought it down quite significantly. So that's actually another change you might notice now is that leaderboard will load a lot faster. But my number 1 feature request, and we'll hopefully see it one day, is a much simpler front end that loads a lot quicker and is a better dev experience for developers, I think, when you're not using complicated tools that we don't need.
Yeah, that could be like alt.numerai or alt.numer.ai, right? You could just have a different hyperlink.
Yes. Lo-fi is what we call it. Lo-fi Numerai is what I pitch. So lo-fi.numerai.
Yeah, hey, that works. I like it. Ooh, this is juicy. Who is your favorite team member? Anson sat back. He's like, oh, yes.
I mean, is that the appropriate question?
I've asked everybody else.
You should ask me who my favorite community member is.
I've asked everybody else.
What are you going to ask me
Harsh
who my favorite family member is?
Harsh got threatened being cut in half by a katana. for answering his question. So I think I have asked everybody else, and so you have to pick. Now we understand that you're biased, but everybody else has had to do that.
Okay. I'm going to say Pedro.
Okay, well,
He's right
now
here on
you
the
can
channel.
introduce him because we have not formally done so.
Pedro,
so,
unmute yourself quickly. Who are you? What do you do? Why is your hair that color?
Well, my hair is this weird orange because I'm in the process of going back to gray, and I have really thick dark hair. So it takes like 3 rounds of bleaches, and 3 rounds of bleaches back to back burns my scalp. I've learned, so I have to space it out every few days.
I've heard that,
but I'm Pedro. I am the incoming office manager whenever we finally are able to have an office again.
Sweet.
And also an admin assistant. So I'm gonna help out anybody wherever I can.
Well, Pedro, welcome. We're excited to have you on board, and there is no hazing. We're a friendly group, and I'm never going to ask about your hair because I too have unique hair. So we'll leave that.
Pedro's humble brag there. He's like, my hair is so thick and dark, I have to bleach it 3 times because I have so much great hair. Did you hear me? I've got so much good hair.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, this guy.
It's okay. It's a humble brag. You know, I would too. I have a problem because this is moving back.
Oh yeah.
So it's happening. I'm going to keep it as long as I can.
There's a picture of me with hair. Natasha showing a picture of me with my fro. I think I've got a comb in it there.
Sweet.
No, the hairline does move back. You're quite right. It's retreating.
There's like these like individual strands that show how much it's going. So like some of them are like really thick, healthy looking hairs, but they're really sparse in terms of like, so whatever, you know what? I'm going to keep it as long as I can. Not like length. I mean, I'm going to keep my hair as long as I can, as long as it looks good. But I'm with you actually, Jonathan, on the just shave it because at some point there's like marginal utility there in terms of keeping it. So, Jonathan, what are you working on now?
Right now, the last week,
I dropped my phone.
Like the change. Okay. Pick it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to have it. This thing's addictive. It's always attached to me. So, what are you working on now?
This week, I've been just blitzing. Like the changes you saw on the front end, I just got agitated this week and wanted to see changes on the web page. So I've made leaderboard changes today and yesterday. I've just been ripping through profile pages, just trying new looks, not really planning anything. It's fun coding without a plan. And freestyle. So that's what I've been doing. Just, so this week I've just been trying to make the website look better, feel better. I think we've just been working on signals and a lot of other big things, but I think working on the user experience and delight is something that I've just been excited to do.
Nice. If you could step into my shoes, what would you ask yourself that I haven't already? Got him. Like, what do you want people to know?
What do people?
Like, this is your chance to like, hey, you should have asked me about blah blah.
I'm scared of questions. I always find questions almost a challenge. So I mean, ideally, we could just keep riffing and not ask hard questions. I don't have any questions to suggest.
NJ says, show us jackals. Show us jackals.
Oh, that's my dog. That's my little Chihuahua. He's
all right. Well,
upstairs, I think, with my mother right now.
Oh, we won't interrupt. That's uncool. That's not chill.
Quality time.
We have a bunch of
guitar solo.
A guitar solo. Let's do that as the outro. The outro. Because I have some Sidegos.
Oh yes.
Sidegos. I'm gonna take them out of order because I kind of want to talk about like the Numerai aesthetic. So I'm gonna start with, how did you come up with Numerai's aesthetic?
I remember when I was pitching it initially to the team, I just made a a treatment, and it started off with anti-examples of what I don't like, and it was pictures of
That's interesting.
like
This is what I do not want.
Quantopian's website, and a couple other.
It's okay. You can talk about them. They're gone. They dead, man.
Exactly, for a reason, because they got a website.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They can't even fight back because they're done. Adios, amigos.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick a man while he's down.
No, they're dead. They're dead. It doesn't matter. They don't know because they're dead.
Punch a dead man in the back of the head.
They don't know, so it's okay.
Yeah. I think it's just there's a lot of noise, and I think it's easy to stand out of the noise just by looking a little bit different. And I think if you look at where Silicon Valley's converged and finance, there's a homogeneity to them.
Yes.
It's like gradients, happy Pokemon colors.
Patagonia
I like
vests.
the idea of Patagonia vests, blue gradients, get out of here. And I think the people we want to speak to is, because the whole joke about Numerai is grabbing the long tail of people who don't work in the machine and are just carrying on with their lives. So I think signaling that we're a little bit different, we're a fun place where you can come and be weird and be yourself and not have to put on a tuxedo and head into the office every day, is kind of some of the important signaling. And I think initially when me and Richard were talking, it's also just something to be aspirational. I think a lot of websites you go to, it's kind of bootstrap and blue and doesn't make you excited for the future and about life. So I think a lot about Numerai's videos and look is saying, hey, what if we make a cool future? Which is why, I mean, everyone's so pumped on games like Cyberpunk 2077.
Yep.
No one's talking about, because it's like somehow aspirational and inspiring and different. So I think maybe that's where inspiration came from.
All right, so that's cool. This is related. How do you maintain an art concept consistently over time? The Numerai art always looks consistent to its identity. It's been 5 years now, and so how do you keep that string together?
I think my first response would be, I'm surprised to hear them say that, because that's an insecurity I always have. I feel like, does this look, is this in the right vibe? So I'm happy to hear that someone thinks so. And I think, I mean, it's going to sound cringe at Hallmarky, but I think if you make something that you like and are you kind of honest, then you'll be consistent, because I'm a consistent thing in Numerai. So if I'm always doing it and making what I like or I think looks cool, then that might be the source of the consistency. It's just what you're seeing is what Jonathan likes.
Well, then I can bring Harsh in on this, because Harsh, how do you tag onto an aesthetic and maintain it? Do you just does he review everything, or like,
most
you know
of
what
the
I mean? Like,
artwork
how do you work together in that way in a creative environment?
Yeah, most of the artwork is Jonathan's ideas and his references. So I think where we collaborate is references. Once we have those set, I can take it from there and have that vibe already established through that. But yeah, references help a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's something I learned in the film biz and directing. It's like, because I often made a lot of treatments and pitches for commercials. You got to kind of have to convey the vibe to clients before the video to convince them that this is the direction to go and kind of sell the mood and vibe and aesthetic. So I often spend a lot of time referencing and spending a week looking at other websites, looking at other designs, looking at other graphics, and making a mood board.
Mood board,
that conveys the vibe.
I was thinking
board,
like storyboard, but that's a new one to me. A mood board,
mood
like
board,
a vibe board.
Just a vibe board.
Yeah, I like vibe board better than
pictures,
mood
and
board.
vibes. Mood board does sound a bit scrapbooky, 11th grade.
Hey,
yeah.
Pinterest, whatever.
Pinterest.
People still use Pinterest a lot. Like my girlfriend likes to send me Pinterest links, and I was like, I don't want to look at that. But it is. She's like trying to get across, like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, do you?
What's
like
that,
that's my whole
board?
thing is
What
like, shh, Jonathan.
Oh yikes! Sorry, Doug. Sorry.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's like the time is imminent now. By the way, I'm within 72 hours of making within 72 hours of making a formal request of somebody who's important to me. So, and I know she won't see this because she does not watch my content. So yeah, what NJ's pointing at, that
Congratulations.
that's happening really soon, by the way. I'm just trying to decide if it's tomorrow night or Saturday night. I guess that's really the.
Are you gonna?
Do you have a thing? What do you?
How are you gonna ask? Are you just gonna update your profile?
Rona totally hosed me, by the way, because I wanted to do something super chill and like I don't get to do that. So that's kind of why it's like I'm a little jaded on it, to be honest. So I think what I've decided to do in consult with my golf friends, who are really close friends of mine, like we'll just do this real piece casually, whatever. And then in like 5 something years, I'll do it for real and I'll update her ring. Like I'll get the third band or something like that. And I'll make it real special because by then, if we're still locked down in 5 years, I'm gonna go ballistic. Okay. So I'm betting that we're not going to be locked down in 5 years or so. And then I can do what I actually wanted to do. And so that's kind of what I think is going to happen. So it's going to be real low key, nothing crazy fancy. And then I'll just wait a while and see what's up. And
Nice.
in the off chance that she watches this episode later, you know, I think I'm pretty well hedged. It's just zero probability that she's going to watch it now. She has watched absolutely none of my content because
doesn't give a shit.
It's not that she doesn't care. She supports me, obviously. She doesn't understand any of it. And it's kind of good because I don't understand anything she does either. Like she teaches 3rd grade and she's always like, what do you think about this lesson plan? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, is the 3rd grader going to, I don't know. It seems simple. She's like, yeah, because it's 3rd grade. Oh boy, I digress. Okay, so hold on. There was something that was related. Oh, what is the story behind Numerai's logo? Do you like the alternate version in the Borat 2 movie?
Story behind the logo. We actually, when we got started, we used an agency called, what are they called? Siren, and a design agency to pitch us some logos. And the one we chose was one that they made. And the thinking behind the logo is, well, because the meme of the logo is that it's the logo's word mark broken up and encrypted and put into a sigil.
Oh.
And the feeling that it needs to convey is stability and symmetry, which you get because I think people don't want to spend cryptocurrency, spend time, or look at a hedge fund with some light, airy fairy joke logo. Like you look at banks and other things that often have solid, heavy, castle, a bull, heavy stuff. And that's kind of space we wanted to play in, but also not be cringe and literal. So I think we get a bit of the chaos inside the logo while having symmetric, heavy stability around the outside.
Nice.
It's got to feel heavy and solid and formidable.
Do you like the alternate version in the Borat 2 movie?
I do like it. He
likes it.
I was shook when I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, that's an uncanny similarity. Did they pay royalties to use the logo? Like, I think they should have. She hit him with a copyright claim or something. I'm just saying, it's a good chance to get some revenue out of that movie. Jeez.
Yeah, maybe Ali G's a user or something. I'm not going to lead a point.
The floating Numerai monolith is my favorite object. What was the inspiration behind it? For reference, folks, Michael Oliver's background has the monolith.
I think because I was thinking, because the joke of Signals is the last hedge fund. This is the last finance building that ever needs to exist. What would it look like if every finance person in the world worked together happily in one office? All our Numerai users stopped working at home and they came into our office. Because I like imagining a Numerai as a huge office building with us all living and working together, all our users.
That's very utopian.
So I imagine, it's a utopian vibe. So that the monolith, the building is the Numerai HQ. I'd have an office maybe at the top, Richard and the rest of the team below me.
I agree.
And then all the rest of the users.
Yeah, the vibe flows down, man. The positive vibe has to flow down. So that's important that you're at the top. I agree.
And just a fun take because we wanted to also not look like a normal office building. And I worked with my designer friend, Dylan. He does a lot of the VFX and the videos, Dylan Skylight. And he came up with that kind of vibe for the building. Something that's a little bit scary and intimidating and kind of like the sigil too. Something that's black, solid, heavy, formidable.
If I'm honest though, if I look at the side of the building, like I'm only looking at Michael Oliver's background right now. I don't have like a better image of it at this point, but it kind of looks like the Borg cube structurally, like a little bit. So is there a bit of influence there is there a little bit of a
that
Star
wasn't
Trek
intentional
influence?
But I'm a huge TNG fan, But
Nice.
and I like it when someone brought that up. I didn't even realize that, but I do like the idea that we're making a hive of data scientists with no souls, with no wants besides making data science, and they just plug into the matrix, and that's the utopia.
My model does not care about your feelings. It only wants positive return. That is it.
Exactly. It's like the
Resistance is
Matrix where people
futile.
are just in tubs. Yes.
All your numeraire belongs to me. Yes. Xander Dunn has joined us. Xander is an OG engineer. Hello, Xander.
What's up, Xander?
Xander, turn on your video.
Yeah, we need proof of life or something there.
What's up?
Hello. Hi.
What's up, Xander?
Hello, hello. Where are you in the world, sir?
I'm in St. Lucia.
Nice. Good for you. Beautiful weather today. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. This
Yeah,
is
of
like
course.
the end of year
It's really
send off,
cool.
so we're just chilling, mostly just chilling. There is a little bit of business, I suppose, but Jonathan, I have another question for you. What is like your favorite meme or memes? Do you have a favorite?
I'm going to say just my favorite meme format at large is, I like that one. Do you know that one where it's the guy on the podium winning at the Olympics and he's biting the medal and he's spraying the champagne on people? Have you seen that one? Do you know that format?
Probably. I mean, I can visually picture
Okay.
what you're saying, so you did a good job describing
Okay.
it.
Anyway, that's my favorite. But my favorite Numerai one, I like the memes that happen around the Borat t-shirt. And I like all of Wackax's insane, scary world, finance world of bulls and green candles and stuff. It's kind of a scary alternate universe that's fun to think about. But yeah.
I don't know much about this, but when Numerai NFT, non-fungible token.
Non-fungible token.
I think that's for art, so that's why I think it's asked for you.
I have an idea for a token.
NJ was going to say
I think
something.
this would be cool. Oh, sorry, Natasha, you got a token idea.
No, I was just going to say that I don't know if I should say who, but someone in the community actually has reached out with some ideas and does want to do something with us. So
Okay.
maybe we can chat about that for 2021.
Yes. NFTs. Well, let's riff on it. What would it would be fun if there was one token, if we made one single NFT. The hot potato token. I was thinking about it the other day. And so in the Numerai community, we give we give it to you. Whoever's holding the token, you can send it to another Numerai user. Whoever's holding that token on Saturday morning, their profit gets flipped around. Their burn becomes a win, their win becomes a burn.
That's interesting.
So it's like, it's a hot potato. You want to keep, maybe you don't want it the whole week. You just keep sending it to other people. Now you've got the token. I got to send it back. But whoever has that token, Saturday morning, bam, you're going to get judged. I like that. I don't know. I like some fear.
That's totally different. I like it. Like that's kind of cool. I don't know how that would work, and I would hate to have to code that smart contract, but we can make Anson do it. I think it's probably the best outcome. Let's just add it to his big stack of to-dos. Yeah, I am completely ill-informed on NFTs. I don't really get it because if it's like a digital product, anybody can kind of see it. And so do you own the art that's already in the public domain? So I don't quite get it. But like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, I do wonder about the NFT art game. I think there may be some good ways to play it, but yeah, because you see people like paying for an art token, and I own that work of art, but it's digital.
Yeah,
seems like it's a racket, maybe. But
I don't really get it.
Smart way to do it.
Like I said, though, I don't get it. So I think that's kind of my point here. Is like I'm just asking the basic questions. I don't get it. So
Yes.
maybe a Numerai NFT is Jonathan Sidego originals, and in order to view the thing, you have to burn Numerai. What about that? Maybe I just came up with something. I don't know. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I'm gonna stop now. Yeah, there's a lot of people on stream, by the way, Jonathan. We were up to 27 at one point in Twitch and 12 on Zoom. So we have a very high attendance today. So that's great. And this isn't even the optimum time because I burned my entire Japanese audience by having it at this time because it's too late for them. It's like super
What's the time there?
late
Okay.
for them. And most people on the East Coast are working except for me and Wiggle Muse. And well, I guess technically we still are. But anyway, I digress. I want to know some end of year stuff because we're not going to talk on a stream or a Zoom with the team for like at least 3 weeks. So this is it, fam. Let's lean on them and get as much info as we can get. So
I'll say stuff. I'll tell you anything. I'll tell you stuff that
really?
Anson, Richard, Natasha won't want me to say.
So let's go. Let's go, folks. Come on, I know people got questions out there. Let's go.
I'm going rogue.
I have a question, and I'm going to drop some insider knowledge. NJ, when do you guys move again?
I don't have an answer to that.
Okay.
I can tell you that I put in a letter of intent for a dream space that is very exciting and will be very welcoming to people in the future, but still waiting for the approval from the property manager. But maybe February 1.
Okay. So I'm trying to think how to ask this. Why aren't people physically working together? Why is that not possible?
So we're in another lockdown in San Francisco, number one. Number two, this is the time of year that Richard and Jonathan would be in South Africa anyways, with their families for Christmas time, where it's not quite a full lockdown at the moment. So that's the primary reasons. And Michael Oliver doesn't live in San Francisco, neither does Noah. Noah at the bottom over here is also new to Numerai, by the way.
Okay, so here we go. Now we have another introduction. So, hello, Noah. Tell us about yourself. What do you do?
Hi. Yeah, I'm the newest software engineer here at Numerai.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm just doing some reliability work to make sure our back testing is as reliable as possible, and switching over to kind of a different system for that. But yeah, I have pretty aspirational dreams for where we can go with some of the features at Numerai, and really looking forward to jumping into some of the deeper stuff that Numerai is doing.
I was looking up. I think you and I have the same fan. Is that a Hunter? I think it's a Hunter fan.
This?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually renting this house, so I have no idea what kind of fan that is.
Okay, fair enough. I think they're similar. I was just like, holy crap, that's really familiar to me. That resembles my own. Okay, so what is the next biggest release to come? Anybody on the team can answer that. Anson's like, I'm not touching it.
I mean, at the moment, I'm all about not doing big releases. I think big releases are for Apple to do. I'm in the iterative mode right now. I'm happy just shipping out updates every day, every week, every 2 days, making an improvement. Yeah.
It's kind of like our models we submit every week. So, you know.
Yes.
Some of us do improve every week. Some, you know, it's cool. Anson unmuted himself. So.
Tax Center.
Tax Center. The tax center is coming. So what does that mean? What does that tell us more?
Well, I guess for you guys who worked with me on taxes for the past couple of years, you know, it's a very manual process. It's annoying emails, talking to me directly, asking questions, me sending you CSVs and all that stuff. We're just trying to automate this. I think, you know, doing taxes is an important part of the tournament, especially if you're in the US. We want to give you the most simple, straightforward, self-serve experience possible. So yeah, there it is.
Sweet. Okay, tax center. We got 2x MMC. Thank you very much for that, by the way. I leaned on it and touched the stove. That's okay. You know, it's early. It's early. Like nobody's posting questions, so I'm just completely ad-libbing here. But Like, why do I have to ask all the questions, folks? Seriously. Okay. What is? Oh, that's an interesting question. R. Smiley is asking in Twitch, any future plans to move to pure MMC returns? What I think that means is to not stake on correlation. I think that's what he's getting at.
We had that and we got rid of it. We had the option.
I don't remember that. Did we? Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
had
yeah.
MMC or core, and then MMC by itself was too dangerous. At least at the time, we thought so.
That was only like a couple of weeks, if I recall. It didn't last long.
Most people didn't choose it.
Yeah, I can understand why. Okay.
Then we all neutralized after we got burned heavily, and now we're all MMC again.
Back to the MMC.
Is it time to bash Michael Oliver, or?
Yeah, sure. We can.
There's
why let him go the end of the year?
Well,
without
there's one
flogged?
outstanding question which just came up, and I know they're thinking about it, but we're just about at the stake limit, which means
yes,
our
thank
payouts
you.
may get reduced. And the complication with Michael Oliver is he is holding a giant portion of the stake. Hansen is holding space. Michael Oliver is personally responsible, if they don't raise the limit, of lowering the rest of our stakes.
We should just take his tokens.
So what are you going to do about that?
We will have a meeting about that specifically immediately after this call.
All right. Well, there you have it.
And the other thing that just came up the other day was possibly an interesting point, is somebody pointed out that the multiplier used to change the covariance scale on MMC should possibly be different now, because the distribution of the target has changed, and that constant was based on a uniform distribution. Now it's more like a normal distribution. So I'm wondering if you guys are looking at that math, or you're just going to say, slide your MMC differently. And on that point, I would like more options on the MMC thing, like
Michael Phillips,
1.5, 0.75, maybe stuff like that.
Hello, Michael
We're
Phillips.
sidestepping the whole math issue by just giving you 2x MMC, so you can pick that yourself.
But if 2x MMC is actually what 1x MMC should be, then we should have like 4x MMC.
Yeah, well, maybe one day we'll expand the options at some point, but right now we're just keeping it with the simple options.
We were very impressed with that question, though.
Yeah,
it was like such a deep question.
I was so happy to hear that, actually.
We have the best users.
Let's get a 1.5 MMC though. That would be different.
A slider, sure. A slider. Richard, what are you excited for in the new year?
I mean, I think we're.
And we lost Richard.
He didn't want to answer that really.
And we lost Richard.
And he pretended he was going to say something.
Maybe he'll come back. That's cool. That was cool. Hey, it's like when I dropped out one time, it's like, oh, and the stream's done. Oh yeah, so that was good. What else was there's something else I was gonna talk about too. New year, what are we excited about? MMC. I'm stalling. I'm hoping Richard comes back. NJ, what are you excited for in the new year?
Things that I can publicly say I'm excited about include
yes.
all the new hiring that we're doing. So you guys have just met Pedro and Noah, but we also just hired Vivian on the hedge fund side of the company. She started this week as well. And we have another engineer starting in January and 2 others in the pipeline.
Sweet.
I really like the idea of going into the new year with no office, but then everyone, coming together in February and all of us choosing our, new desk and kind of setting a new kind of status quo for how the office works. And I'm really excited about that. I think having this team grow and having a new space that we're all going to kind of make our own together.
And Richard's back. So Richard, the question was, what are you excited about in the new year? And then it was like, I'm so pumped about it.
I know I actually ran out of battery.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's cool.
I'm on Michael's laptop.
Oopsies.
Yeah, no, I think that, startups go through these phases, and the first phases are very tricky and there's lots of problems and stuff. But I always like the idea that there's some point where you reach the golden age of a company. And I think that's what like 2021 is going to be.
Nice.
We're going to have an amazing team. We've got like so many new people. I think Natasha was just saying, we've got so much kind of figured out on the website. And things are going quite well. So I like the idea that, we're not in a position like last time where, say, the Kazatsugi tournament or the creation of NMR, it was almost like rethinking, wait, how do we get this company right? How do we, and we're not doing that kind of craziness anymore. We already know what we want, and we've got things working quite well. So yeah, I like that. That's even what Jonathan was saying. It's like, even if we just polish what we have, things will be great. Even if we do nothing, I think there'll be many users who make 1,000% on their stake in the next year. So there's so many things like that that are very cool.
Well, that's a relevant question because Christian in Twitch chat is asking, what about the timing for release? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tim said, what about the 200K cap? And relatedly, what about the timing for releasing the choice between compounding and payout? So maybe Anson can speak to that.
Yeah, I think we went pretty far designing that system, and then it came time to, I guess, face reality and look at the code and to see how it actually works. And I think now we're entering the phase where we're thinking about how to actually implement these features. And so, as you all know, we went through like a round of user testing with WiggleMuse. And I think he gave us a lot of feedback, especially around like, the idea of like the timing of how things happen, what's on chain, what's not on chain. I think, in the spirit of like not releasing any features that are bad and broken on the first day, I want to take a little bit of time to actually design how this works. I think we now know the direction that we want to go, but we're still working on like the architecture of the system. And I want to take this chance to like rewrite how that works. I think, what Richard said, right? Like we figured out like what we want to do. That's the direction we want to go. How do we build a system that like can actually last for a long time? I think that's the approach I'm taking right now. So it's going to take a little bit of time. We spent a lot of time hiring new engineers this quarter. So I think some of these things will come. Yeah, that will come.
Okay. So the related question is, Richard said that he's looking forward to people making like 1,000x, not 1,000x, sorry, 1,000%. So for that to be possible, the 200K cap has to be lifted.
Yeah. Well, I have some ideas. I think we all have some ideas. We're going to hash it out, and hopefully we'll give you a good update.
Hey, I had to ask. Okay, but and now that we have you talking, what are you looking forward to in the new year?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
More Numerai, more of everything that we've done, more of everyone's charts going up and to the right. My favorite type of charts.
Yes, I like it too, by the way.
I like green triangles going up with large percentage increases every day, week, and year. And I like graphs that just go directly up to the right. And I just want more of it.
I subscribe to your podcast now.
Yeah.
I want to put that in an RSS feed. I agree.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell us that's kind of dope, maybe? He's thinking about it.
Not right now.
Okay.
I think there's
I tried. Hey, it's okay.
that Jonathan's working on, but I just want to let you guys see it. I don't think it's going to be that dope, me describing it. It's like, you'll see it. It's like the changes that we made on the leaderboard. It's like, it's dope when you see it. I think there's a lot of stuff coming there. Yeah, I'm excited about Tax Center. It's like, it's a back office thing that like, not many people maybe think about week to week, but
I do.
A useful feature to have. So I'm excited to just like make your lives better, like
love it.
Good technology where you don't need to think about it, just works, and you tuck it away and then you go play golf,
Exactly. So I'm going to play golf tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact. Got a tee time, 8:38 a.m. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. and that does inherently mean I'm not working my dissertation, right? So you can see where my priorities lie right now.
Have you been to Mar-a-Lago? Is that close to where you're at?
No, I mean it's within 30 miles, but no, that I'll never be able to go to because I am but a plebeian and I do not have the privilege of going there. I've driven by it before. I mean, it's not like before 4 years ago. I mean, it wasn't that like there's like a so what, so what, man. But no, it's like pretty legit. It's the Southern White House. It's pretty cool. It is. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's on an amazing piece of land. And when you fly into Palm Beach International Airport, you go right over it. And so you go, depending on which side of the plane you're on and which side they're landing in, you can see it from the plane. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
What else can I ask? I'm trying to get some questions out of the community because literally we're not going to have them on video for like 3 weeks. And
will they be distributing Christmas bonuses for the most prolific bloviators on Rocket Chat and those who appear on video the most?
That's a good question.
No?
I mean, I bought your
Maybe an NFT.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true, and that's supposed to arrive tomorrow, but the
Yeah,
post office is having a lot of problems.
I ordered 2 of Wiggle Muse's prints.
Oh, cool. Of the
There's an
birds,
extra
that's
little
amazing.
something in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm the one getting the Christmas present.
That's right. That's right. Come on, people. Come on, people. People be stalling. I don't have a whole lot. I'm relying on everybody else. Yeah, people got to go. So I stalled as long as I could, and y'all didn't give me any questions. So I'm just going to say thank you to everybody, first off, because we're ending the calendar year on a high note. I did 36 episodes of Office Hours of Arbitrage and 3 data science happy hours, starting when I think it was late February when I kicked this off. And so I think I only missed 2 weeks the entire time. I think I only missed 2. I had 1 connection issue and Anson filled in for me. I'm grateful for that. And I still even rejoined on my phone. So next year is going to be exciting for me too. I plan on doing more Office Hours Arbitrage, and I want to do more special features like coding and things like that. March 5th, NJ says. So still, that's pretty exciting. We have new users. We have more content to come about. And there's definitely more opportunities to flog Michael Oliver. I don't see why that should stop it at any point. He's a good sport, and so I know he can take it. And, we've had a heck of a run, but I always want to caution that the burn will touch everybody. Okay, so let's not get too excited about that. And yeah, so next episode, I guess, will be the first Thursday in January. And I should line up some folks for that. I did say that it was possible maybe Jonathan could do like an outro, a guitar solo outro. Can you give us like a 1-minute outro, bro? Or maybe a Christmas carol or like.
Oh, no, I can't.
Can't do that.
Feel the fear,
Oh
do
my
it.
God, I'm too shy.
Too shy?
It's not plugged in. It's going to be a production. I can't do it. But I was thinking, oh my God, is that what you got?
Oh man, let's jam.
What is that? What the hell is that?
Let's jam, bro.
Oh, shit,
I'm left-handed. Let's go, bro.
Nice, nice. Play something. Do a little thing.
Is it? I don't even know if it's tuned, man. That could be a problem. Oh, it's wrecked. I gotta tune this thing. I don't have my tuner. So. No, I'm not gonna scare people with that. I was hoping.
Let me know if you need a co-host. I'd love to be like the sidekick.
Jonathan, you're always welcome.
Like if you're Conan O'Brien, I can be like the Andy or that other guy. Yeah. Or the musician, intro people, outro people. I think we should also some soundboards, some sound effects would be cool too. If like someone says something lame, you play a sound.
You are always welcome to join. And anytime that it means I have to practice playing an instrument, it means my dissertation takes even longer. So, it's cool though. It's whatever. Like Richard said, 1000x or 1000%. I'm in. Sign me up. Makes things easier. So a deadlift PR on stream. I don't know about that. That's a big ask. I did 365 today. That was not my PR, but I did bench 250. So I'm running on you, Rocky Shoe. I'm running on you. My friend said, just throw it, man. I was like, yeah, let's throw it. Okay, so anyway, I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas if you follow Christianity. Otherwise, Happy New Year. And may the burn be in your favor. Thank you all so very much. I've had a great time with you. It's been a great calendar year despite everything else going on in the world. And I hope that 2021 is an amazing year for all of you. I'll see you on Rocket Chat until then. But next time, I'll see you in 2021. Adios, everybody.
Thanks, Arbitrage.
Thank you, man. All right, so stream's off and